Hello, welcome back to Dwarf Academy episode 14, and the saga continues in this ongoing series in which I explore Dwarf Fortress in a really simple, laid out way. Just my first series, just trying to practice this whole art of broadcasting. So yeah, I've had a few viewers. If you had listening, thank you for paying some attention to me. It's nice to know that people are listening. I hope you get something from it. I'm going to try not to dwell on that. The excitement of having 2 subscribers now. But if you are one of my subscribers, cheers. And if you are watching the video, have a click on the link or whatever it is you're supposed to do and say hello or give us a thumbs up. I am going to continue with Dwarf Academy. So we had some fishery workers tasked due to a strange mood. So we've got a bunch of guys who are now fishing. I think at least one or 2 fishermen, and you can see the pond turtle shell, which saved us from the mood, and we'll have some pond turtle, no doubt, in our food stocks. If you have a look, we can go into Z and then into the kitchen, and we can tab across to meat, fish, and other. And you can see all these different bits and bobs. We've got some mussel in there. They'll have been fished or caught, pond turtles, a whole bunch of that stuff. Cool, 24 pond turtles, 12 pond turtles. There's a male, female, blah blah blah. Just going to check all these items which are tallow items, and we're going to toggle using C, so we don't cook up any other tallow. We need it all for our soap. We don't want to use it in cooking because it's very low value, and dwarves will tend to just use it to make prepared meals with as a priority. So let's go to our kitchens using the hotkeys and using Q to interrogate the workshop. This is our still. We've been brewing quite a lot since we've been here. We're going to continue with brewing, and we're going to make some meals for our dwarves to eat. We've got a petition. We've got a bunch of. This looks like a troupe of performers, so we're gonna approve them, and we've now got a troupe of entertainers who are living in a bunch of bards and poets, and they will go into our inn, the Chestnut of Caves. The inn now should take up more space. We've only allocated this space here as an activity zone. We're going to extend into the dance floor area which we've created. We're going to use I activity zone. Highlighting that activity zone, we're going to select it as a meeting area, and we're going to assign a location pressing L. The Chestnut of Caves, which is our tavern. Okay, and if you want to have a look again, we can just have a quick look at the details of this area. Pressing L. I can choose between all the different locations. So having a look at the Chestnut of Caves. That doesn't work. Okay, so if we go into locations, pressing L, we can select the Chestnut of Caves and have a quick look. We've got now a dance floor in the common area of 11 by 11, which is fairly large. It'll allow a lot of activity and dancing and pleasant activities, happy thoughts for our dwarves. We've got 3 boxes in there, and we've got 10 goblets. We've got 5 instruments now in there, and if we have a look in the cathedral, hopefully we'll have some. We don't have any instruments in there yet. There's no boxes or bags in the temple area, so let's put a couple of chests in our temple. Some chalk coffers, and then the musical instruments that we've bought from the Dwarven caravan in the previous episode should be brought through into these chests. I'm just going to have a look and interrogate these chests using T. See this, the central, the middle one is empty. The other one's got a bunch of mugs, and as we can see, there's one instrument and another 4 instruments. So we've got 5 instruments in there. We can call for more by going into locations, the Chestnut Caves, and if we use A to change the amount of desired goblets, we can change that to 20, and we can also increase the amount of instruments we wish to be in there by pressing B, and then change that to 10. And then that will cause the dwarves to bring through a few more mugs and a few more musical instruments, I hope, to those coffers. If we have a look at the coffers, the empty coffer in the middle is still empty. A little bit of experimental Dwarf Fortress. Another petition for a soldier, that's excellent. So we'll have some soldiers for our next squad. We have started a squad in the Brave Rags, which has now been populated by Mark's dwarves. Oh, our merchant has gone berserk. I really no idea why that's happened. So I've looked at A. I wasn't sure why. The camera has suddenly been brought up to this level, this sea level. So I've checked my alerts, pressing A, and it's shown us that Sibrek is gone. We can zoom in on this alert, and that shows why he's up here. Unfortunately, he looks like he's up in a tree. And one of the unfortunate things that can happen in a fort is that you do always get stuck in trees and you aren't aware of it. I don't know if that's what's happened here. You can check reports. I mean, eventually these dwarves would show up as being missing. But that won't happen for a while, I don't think. So the first thing we seem to know about it is that a merchant has gone berserk. I don't know if that is one of our civilization, one of our fortress, if it's a member of our citizenry. A merchant. Sometimes the immigrants will come in with like a trader. We've got this guy here. These guys are traders. Others, other dwarves who are visiting. What's the chap's name? Sibrek Uzol Zalod. He's not dead. We've got a dead lion. The dwarven names are really hard to remember. We could have a look into Dwarf Therapist. This is not the most exciting of show. It's mystery, though. So these guys are sorted alphabetically, and the guy is called Sibrek. There are other ways to do this, but I don't see a Sibrek. It's a good way to look through the menus. Let's see this guy here. He's down here. I know where he is because we zoomed in on him. We can use V to view, and this will allow us to view any units. And what I saw straight away was that these guys were dehydrated, which suggested that they had been stuck in the tree for some time. And none of these guys is the berserk dwarf. I won't pause the game. Going back to alerts. Who's this guy? Zoom in on him. Futok, Zan, Uzol. There's Sibrek's blood. A pool of lion blood. Ah, okay, and horse blood. This is a Sibrek guy. There is blood around. And there's also lion blood and horse blood. Where is this lion? The mystery deepens. So we're not able to zoom to the unit or view the unit. If we look in reports, see these guys have been fighting. And the lion's dead. These guys are screwed. At the moment they can't get out of the tree by the looks of it. Maybe they followed the lion into the tree. I don't want to chop the tree down because the dwarves are probably going to have problems with that. I can build a ramp up onto the top of the tree, which we'll do now using build. So we'll build a ramp on the ground, and then below that we'll have to build a base for the next layer. So we'll build our walls, which it won't let me do because this tree is too close to the edge. I can't build a construction there. We can build a construction up. We can build a construction horizontally from east to west. Cardinally, let's say east to west. Let's remove this ramp and build a wall. So designation, it's not been built. Q, X, and we're going to build a wall, which is going to lead up to the edge of this tree, which I believe the dwarf should be able to reach a wall if it's built there. That's too close to the edge. So, and then a ramp. I'm glad that we found these dwarves before they starved to death, which would be frustrating. So we're going to allow the dwarves to build the lower layer of this ramp, which is going to be I think 5 long. I've got another petition, and we're going to begin to deny these petitions from artists and entertainers, and only accept those from soldiers. And the FPS on the fort has already slowed down significantly. So I'm running at 75 due to we've got quite a lot of visitors. We've also got a lot of pets, and these are all taking up space. One of the common causes of death of a fort. So perhaps we will have to address that at some point when it becomes intolerable. But this is my first series, and I'm just practicing things here. As you can tell, we're going to go up a Z level, and we're going to build a ramp adjacent to, and 1 Z level above the ramp to the east, and build a wall 3 across from east to west out of acacia logs, and then we'll wait for the dwarves to come and build this construction. But I suspect that our FPS is going to be slowing us down, and in the next series I think we may have to start with a smaller academy and limit the amount of immigrants, which is fine. Just it's quite normal to have to set limitations in order to have a better gameplay experience. It's this kind of point where it begins to despair if one's impatient in nature. If I remember, we did set up. I think we've got a 4x4 embark here, which will significantly slow down the game. So I think in the next series we're going to probably have a smaller embark, which doesn't allow for as much availability of ores or jewels or wildlife. So it's a game limiting factor, and it really depends on the power of your computer. We've got more petitions for. There's another couple of bards. The FPS is currently jumped up to 96, which suggests there's something going on slowing the game down. The game's currently running on a normal priority. We could definitely speed that up. I don't know how much that will affect, and we can have a look at that when it comes to the death of the fort by FPS. If we ever get that far, the weird deer. This isn't the same weird deer. And another victim of the syndrome, I suppose. Same, probably possibly a victim of that previous visitor. Is a large deer twisted into humanoid form. Now you will know why you fear this. The night. It's the night of the werebeast. So we're just going to do exactly what we did before. I hope all our dwarves can get into the burrow before the weird deer appears. Where are you? You for units. Others. Z for zoom. He's over here. Excuse me. He's on the wrong side of the river. The river is a brook, so he can cross over that to us. But I'm hoping all our dwarves will be able to get in. So using the military screen, we're going to go to alerts, which is A, and we're going to restrict our civilization, our civilians to the borough, and hopefully. Oh, no, there's we've had one of our dwarves has met with the weird deer, and will be maybe killed, or we might become infected. Just have let's watch what happens. So the weird deer has been distracted by the trader Thicket. This is one of our traders who we were looking at earlier. You can look at his. He's got a wounded leg, so regardless, he's going to be a victim of this syndrome. I want to say lycanthropy. It's a deer. I don't know. So that's going on over there. Hopefully all our dwarves. I think there's a guy heading off to the north. He must be leaving. This weird beast is. I don't know what he's doing. He's heading north. Possibly senses he's turning back to. I don't know. He's been distracted by something, and now he's heading towards the fort. There's still a dwarf on the surface. There's still a couple of dwarves heading in here. What we need to do is get. Oh, he's been distracted by. Okay, by a water buffalo, possibly. Let's just watch what happens. Let's slow the FPS down. Okay, he's going for it. He's fighting with this animal. Right. It looks like he's gnawing on the unconscious yak bull. Hopefully that'll keep him distracted long enough for him to turn, or her to turn, back into a humanoid. Yeah, there we go. This guy. Now we can send our squad out to kill him, but we haven't really got very far as building them weapons or ammo. So I'm just going to let him wander. That Gika wander. Okay, so these guys are still stuck in the tree. Somewhere on our southern border. Okay guys, where are you? So we were building a ramp here. Don't know where they've gone, they must have escaped. May have been able to climb down, no. There's a lion, there's the lion. This lion maker's stuck still. Okay, let's chop the tree down. Because that lion maker's not on the very top of the tree. He's in the tree. Let's see what happens. Okay, trader's dead. He was killed by the weird ear. Don't seem to have a woodcutter. Ah, well let's take our dwarves off alert. Okay, then possibly we'll get this tree cut down. Right, somebody's horrified. This is because there's a dead dwarf. This guy's probably had to carry him over to our corpse pile. Sure, we have a corpse pile. We should have a corpse pile. I don't have a corpse pile. Okay, we'll build a corpse pile over here. And though I can't see the thankfully the mood has been satisfied. And this guy will be working furiously. Melville Erithmus is working furiously. He's going to be making something. Interrogate the workshop. He might not be using all these things, but it looks like he's brought into the workshop bone and jades. And it looks like possibly he's brought these blocks. Yeah, we will have brought these blocks in as well. So we're going to have something made out of bone and jade and some nice and phyllite blocks. We're going to build some coffins because we've had our first dead. We don't want to make an armor stand, but we have ordered one. Cancel that. Cancel these orders. They're automated orders. They'll be put back in by the manager. So if we have a quick look at the chests that we put in here, we have now some instruments for anybody who wants to do anything in here. See, this guy here is there's a dancer and a bard in here. They may well be using those instruments at some point, but not now. We've got a lot of dwarves who are quite happy to just be socialising. They've got no current jobs. We've got a glazer and a potter. These glazers are not very busy, so we've got extra staff. We've got extra dwarves, and we can set them to purpose once we've dealt with the aftermath of this weird year, and we've got this dwarf who's stuck in a tree. And hopefully he's no longer in the tree. There he is. And somebody's bringing this lion corpse to the corpse pile. If we can just have a look in our dead and missing, there's nobody else has died, but if we can have a look at the health menu, the lion maker who was he's starving. He's been stuck in a tree. None of the other dwarves seem to have any injuries apart from this miner, who has got some broken tissue and an infection. Let's make some soap. We did make lye, I believe. Thought we had a soap maker's workshop. Should be where the bar workshop is, or other bar workshops are. Should make sense. Here's the ashery, and here's the soap maker's workshop. So it's white, so that indicates there is everything we need to complete the job. I hope that we'll now start to make some soap. The job, this guy here is up making potash, and if we've got plenty of potash, we should start to fertilise all our fields. We've got 58 potash, so I think that should be enough to start fertilising all our fields. And the top field we were going to put rock nuts in. To grow quarry bushes. So the farmer is going to have a bit more work to do. If we have a look at the skills, we've got a bunch of farmers now working, and we've got a highly skilled farmer up here. This is our original farmer. These guys are still going to be gathering crops like everybody else, but the only guy planting is going to be Zulban, and it's the skill of planting which will affect the yield of the crops. So let's make sure that he's the only one planting, and we're going to change the orders so that everybody in the fort can help with the harvest. Because the current farmer, our only farmer, he doesn't need any more skill. He's a master. Okay, order, and then we'll change all H for harvest. Only farmers harvest. Dwarves all harvest, which we must have done previously. And these guys, okay, these guys have just okay, no, because they had the skill highlighted. These guys have been helping out, and they've got a base skill already. These guys have come in as immigrants with these skill sets. But let's get them to be smelters instead for now. So on with the smelting. We seem to have. We were making fuel. Let's continue to make fuel if we've got something to make it from. Bituminous coal. We need to be making iron. We need to be making pig iron. And we need to be making steel. And we're going to make some gold. Just checking stocks and bars. We have 14 steel bars, so we'll continue to build on that. We've got some iron laid down. We need to start producing this stuff in large numbers, so we can start to armor our squads and start to make more weapons and build more wealth. So we're going to build an extra smeltery. We've just skilled up some further dwarves onto the course, onto the metal crafting and furnacery course. We have a monster hunter coming. I'm going to let him in. Again, the FPS is hovering around 76. Quite a few visitors. And we have more turkeys probably than we could ever use. The cat population will grow and grow, leading eventually to the death of the fort through FPS collapse. But keeping things simple, keeping as little of the map revealed as possible, having all your cavern layers opened or even revealed will slow down your FPS. Having them open to your dwarves so your dwarves can route into them, that's going to slow down the FPS. Having convoluted and multiple routes to locations throughout the fort space. Again, try and keep passageways a couple of spaces wide. Try to have a couple of doors in at least a couple of door spaces in access, so dwarves are not routing around each other through each other. I think that tends to help. Having limited designated areas, having high traffic areas, designating out of the way areas as low traffic or restricted traffic area. That can help, I believe. But yeah, we're at 75, and the episode's gone on for 30 something minutes. So hope all you dwarves happy and strike the earth. Cheerio.